Well, here we are. Short talk by the Rio with an old guy. That would be me. Hey, my name's Mike. Glad to have you here watching. And it's just going to be kind of, an opinion page, and so let's call it freewheeling. Probably. I got to figure out how all my stuff's going to fit in my pocket. It's kind of funny when my hand gets caught up doing one thing, and then I ask it to just jump over and try this little other thing beside it. It kind of goes, So I have to do it one thing at a time. And it's kind of funny how people fool themselves about one thing at a time. It's the way that things happen. But if you ask people and talk to them, most of them will claim at some dreadful level of exotic ability somewhere to be able to what they call multitask. Multitasking, that's what they call it. No, you're not. What you're doing is you're hop, skipping, and jumping. You're doing one task for 9 seconds, you shift, you move, or you rearrange your head, do task 2. Do that for 18 seconds, shift, move. So in other words, you're not multitasking, you're just sequentially assaulting the thing a little bit at a time. And, maybe you do save a little time, I don't know. But anyway, the point being, a lot of that stuff is just blowing the smoke at what. Sure is a nice day down here. Maybe just a slight breeze. See that there's one of these ever-loving poplars. A lot of them are planted, I'm sure. These don't look native to this area. I'm pretty sure people put these in. And in the Albuquerque market years ago when I was a kid, somebody in the 50s had planted a whole bunch of those things, or a very similar species, in the Albuquerque market, because Albuquerque has a lot of prevailing winds. Frequently the wind is blowing, and sometimes it gets a little crazy. So people were putting these trees in as a windbreak for their property. Well, you get enough trees going in town, and sure enough, the wind isn't necessarily as bad in Albuquerque proper as it would be on just a hillside right outdoors, right away from it, I mean. So the windbreak idea kind of worked. I have no idea if that was what was happening here, but those plants almost grow like weeds. Once you get them in there, they are tough to get out, because off the roots, off the runners, another one will spring up. And the nice thing is there's no thorns involved. But if you try to cut that wood, it's like gooey, like if you go through it with a chainsaw, real wet and kind of sticky, if you can imagine that. Well, maybe that's not the best example. Wanted to mention today, went down to that church to visit, and boy, well, let's say I walked out thinking to myself, and I don't want to be hard, I don't want to be mean on anybody or go around criticizing folks, but by golly, if that's good news, I would just hate to hear the bad version. So I just kept thinking to myself during the thing, he's using 2 John, the part about how, you probably read it, it sounds kind of almost redundant, children believe, etc. Father, do your thing. That's probably not the best translation. But the idea is that the young men have grown strong and have defeated the power of the evil one. Be encouraged, be encouraged. You fathers have known the Father, and you have insight and wisdom. Children, you know that you are loved and stuff like that. So at any rate, using that as a kind of a jumping off point, I have no idea where he ended up where he was. But anyway, to sort of kind of balance my brain, after I got home from there, I sat at the house and I listened to the sermon, just the sermon part from the church I am a member of, and it was actually a real good sermon. Young Huff did it again, and I like his style, I like his content, and his preparation and stuff, it's good. But it's one of those things where, to compare the two. So like I said, I'm not here to tear up anybody or assault anybody's character. It's just, when you walk out of a place and you think, well, That isn't exactly a raging endorsement, of anything. If it was a restaurant, you'd know what that means. So anyhow, that's kind of where I'm coming from on that one. And again, I'm not even going to mention the name anymore because I don't want to, start anything. But although in one of my previous vids I did, so just forget what you heard, okay? Yeah, so thinking about this some, I thought, the beauty of having time to walk and pray and think and consider things. I mean, that's a real gift. And you need to make time for this kind of thing in your own life if you live in a place where you can just get away from people for a while. And, and as long as you're safe and secure doing so. This is so nice out here. I can't hear a living thing, not a single bird. Sometimes you hear noisy insects, kind of like crickets or cicadas or something, but nothing. I don't hear anything. Huh. Sit my foot beats. So, walking along thinking about stuff, in terms of the gospel, the good news is real, and it does actually apply into your life. It's not a theoretical deal. It's not like this abstraction, like Pythagoras says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This defines a right angle, boom, boom, boom. So it's a theorem still, and as far as we can tell, it's pretty rock solid. But the point is, no, it's not like memorizing a thing like that, although memorization's good. It's a new life on the inside. The good news is that he has heard you, he knows you, and he's known you from before when you were invented, before you were conceived. And he's loved you. And I'm speaking now to his believing children. He has loved you with an everlasting love. And the forgiveness that you have is full and complete. Now, digest that and walk in it. That's kind of the thing I was thinking about. It's like, I think that's how I'd preach the first, I believe it was 1 John passage that he was using. It would have been something like this. In other words, heaven is not a theoretical, abstract theorem. It's a new life. And he's in us. He's in our bodies. I tell you, I've passed through death. My life has been joined to his. I rise in him at his good pleasure. See, everything's changed. See, Jesus is the one who comes. So the name Jesus, of course, comes out. Yeshua kind of sounds like Yah, the I am, who is. You remember Moses. And salvation. And can you imagine being at the potluck dinner? And there's this guy standing there. You've never seen this cat. And it says, it says, hi, my name is. Hi, my name is. I am that am salvation. It's like, boy, that's a pretty big topper you got there on that one. And so, in other words, a human can carry the name Joshua without any kind of need for reconciliation. Because it can also mean, I believe, behold, the I am who is the God who saves to the uttermost. The I am who is salvation. Behold his glory. We are founded by his good pleasure. This kind of thing. So the name Joshua isn't necessarily illegal to give to your kid, or something like that. But it is an astonishing name. And it is the one name under heaven, according to the apostle, by which we must, that's with an M at the beginning, must be saved. Well, what if we aren't saved? Well, we'll discuss that later. But the short version is, it's like the thing, where it'd be like if I said, hey, you know what, I forgot to mention I'm a billionaire, and, I got this beautiful little island down in the Caribbean. No, it has nothing to do with that other guy who did not kill himself. No, down in my place, it's like, we just got good food, clean beaches, and you can go fishing or snorkeling or whatever, and yeah, we got jet skis and all kinds of good stuff. Heck, you can paraglide, or what do you call it, parasail, or whatever that's called. Yeah, you can do all that stuff. Hey, come on down. Hey, don't even bother about a plane ticket. I'll have my private jet pick you up. We'll have a chauffeur pick you up at your door and take you to our jet. What do you say about that? Yeah, how much is it going to cost you? Nothing. Well, you know, that might call that a rather enormous good deal offering. You know what I mean? It kind of like, how did I qualify for that? And that's kind of what we're dealing with as humans. How could I possibly qualify for such mercy as all that has been revealed at the cross and at the empty tomb and at the empty hillside when he ascended? How could I ever be good enough to deserve that? And the answer is you can't, you won't, you never have, and you had no intention of trying, so shut up. No, he reconciles us to the Father on the basis of his work. See, there is good news, and that means that eternal life, which is a future thing for us, yes, is also a current affair. That new and living way, Mr. Living Way himself to you, he comes and dwells in our bodies, just as he promised. And this is part of our Christian testimony. And our Christian testimony is there is good news, and he's at the bottom of it. So think on such things and thrive. That's my opinion. And if you want to listen to a decent sermon, that's the one I was mentioning. Facebook, University Presbyterian, Las Cruces, New Mexico. I think it's probably listed Wisconsin Avenue. I don't know. Anyway, good sermon. So be ye encouraged, brethren, and otherwise, that the end from the beginning was known and declared, and in it his people thrive, and he is honored, because that's the least that could happen. Many more good things can happen on top of that, but for sure, two things are going to happen. He will be honored, he will be thanked, he will be glorified as the true God, and his people shall flourish. It's all about him. So, let me invert. Okay, here I am with my Stevie Wonder goggles, and I can't even see me. I'm going to step into the shade. I don't know which way this thing's pointing. All I see is a black screen. Let's see, we were talking about Stevie Wonder. Oh, I remember now. Here we go. Yeah, so I got my Stevies on. So I got a couple of new pairs of glasses ordered. I guess they're going to be both, instead of photo gray, I'm going to go photo brown. I think one pair is going to come in a week or two. The other one's more like 3 weeks out. I don't know why. But I did order a pair of genuine safety glasses. You know, I've worn safety glasses in the past, but they're always the plastic ones you buy at the hardware. And of course, there's no prescription there, so I can't see anything anyway. So, you know, get tired of that thing and put on my glasses again. So this time I thought, why don't I just grow up and get a pair of safety glasses for work? You know, there's a lot of flying junk, grinders and all that junk. Ugh. And so at any rate, get yourself a good place to walk, get out in the sunshine, and get you a good meal. You know, when you look around, there's a lot of things to thank the Lord for. But I think the thing I'm thanking him for right now is that he gives you ears to hear. Why would he give you ears to hear? To hear him. Listen, and the sound of the Lord through the word by the power of the Spirit just might well stir in your heart, and you might think, that's a good idea. How come I didn't think of that? Because you were being led to it. Now you know better. Have a good day. Bye-bye.